You're watching Starros Entertainment.tv.
Hi, this is TYRONE TANN with Starros Entertainment.tv, and we're at the TCL Chinese 6 Theaters in Hollywood, California for the 13th annual HOLLYSHORTS Film Festival. So check us out here as we interview a lot of the celebrities and the guests here that attend the 13th annual HOLLYSHORTS Film Festival on Starros Entertainment.tv. Hi, this is TYRONE TANN with Starros Entertainment.tv, and we're here with the lovely
Karen Allen.
Now, Karen, for the audience, what brings you out here to this wonderful film festival?
There's a film here that I adapted and directed based on a Carson McCullers short story called A Tree, a Rock, a Cloud.
Ooh, wow. And what inspires you to do this film?
I read the story many, many years ago and fell in love with it, and it's always stayed with me. And when I was thinking of something I'd like to do as a short film, it was really the first thing that came to mind.
Awesome. Now, this show is about inspiring others. What in your life inspired you to become an actress, and then also what inspired you to get into filmmaking?
I was inspired to be an actress by seeing an extraordinary performance by an actor when I was 21 years old. His name was Rudyard Cieslak, and he worked with the Polish Theater Laboratory, directed by Jerzy Grotowski. And I saw a performance of his, and it changed my life. I had never even thought about being an actor before I saw him in this performance.
Wow. And then obviously, a lot of people, fans out there know you, Raiders of the Lost Ark, all the Indiana Jones type movies. What was that like going into something to that kind of a franchise? And not only that, is that the thing that first you felt launched everything for you?
I think Animal House, which was my first film, kind of, started my career. I worked in the theater for years before that, but Animal House was the first film I ever did, and that film kind of came out and took the world by storm. And then I guess it was maybe 2 or 3 years later, I did Raiders of the Lost Ark, and of course when we did it, we didn't know it was going to be a franchise. It was just a film that we were doing, but we knew it'd be a big deal because Steven Spielberg was directing and George Lucas was producing, and that was a pretty powerful combination at that time, and remains so.
And obviously, now a filmmaker, what was the things that you were able to maybe learn about from working with people like Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, or a lot of great directors you've worked with? What was the things the nuggets you might have learned now translating into your directing career?
Well, I think certainly that preparation is like a huge part of it. I went into it, having spent a lot of my adult life on film sets. I did not kid myself for a moment that it would be not an incredibly difficult journey to make the film. So I think I just learned how important really doing serious, clear preparation before you actually get on the set to shoot the film. And I think that was a big piece of the puzzle for me, is just making sure that I had a very clear vision of what I wanted to do.
And speaking of vision, for this film, how did it come about for you? How did you, say this is the film I want to direct, this is the film I want to get, what was it about this particular project, this script, that made you just say this is the one I want to be as my directorial debut?
Well, I wrote the script, so it really was based on this story that I knew really well. And I think there were elements, it was short. I knew I wanted to do a short film before I ever tried to tackle a feature film. And it had 3 speaking roles in it, which I thought I could handle. I direct a lot in the theater, so I feel very comfortable in that aspect, working with the actors, but I knew that there'd be a lot of things I would be doing for the first time. So I wanted to try to give myself a task, an achievable task, which I felt this story was.
And what were the challenges as a filmmaker now, aside from the actor, that were you able to that you encountered as now the director, that you've seen as an actress before, but now as a director? Were there certain challenges that you've had in making this film?
Yes, there were lots. I mean, just raising the money to make it was a huge challenge, one that I really hadn't anticipated being as difficult as it was. All kinds of challenges, finding locations. I did my own location scouting, finding locations and then getting permission to use particularly the main location that we use in the film turned out to be a huge challenge, which I had not expected. There's lots of things that are challenges along the way that, some are really, struggles, challenges that turn into struggles. And then there are challenges that are just, it's about doing something for the first time and just thinking, oh my God, our editor, Noriko Sakamoto, is here, and working with her was like such a joy. I always had suspected I would love editing, but I didn't know how much I would enjoy it. And it's such a great collaboration. And it was just something I thought, boy, this is really, it's what it's all about in a way. As you go into post-production, you get a chance to really get very clear as to what your vision is about the story.
Yeah. Now I got to meet one of your producers,
yes.
and also in general, and it seems like you have a great production team behind us over here.
Yes.
What was the highlights of making this film for you now as a filmmaker? Was there any takeaways, the production highlights in general, fond memories of it?
Well, I worked with, I have 3 main actors in the film, and then there are some other actors who kind of create a background in the film whose roles were also very important. But my 3 main actors, James McMenamin and Jeff DeMunn, were actors both who I adore and who I had worked with in the theater in the past. So when they said yes, that was like one of the great moments in the process of making the film. And then I found my young actor who is here tonight, Jackson Smith,
right over there.
who is just extraordinary in his very first role. And those were highlights for me. Working with the 3 of them was a major highlight. Working with Diane, our producer, and our other producer, Brian Long, fantastic team, and we've been together for 3 years. And our cinematographer, everybody will see his work. It's extraordinary. His name is Richard Sands. So many wonderful things along the way. Yeah.
And what would be the takeaway for, you want audiences to take away from watching this film, or things? Why should they check this out?
Well, it's about the passing of wisdom from an older man to a young boy, and him sharing something that he's learned about dealing with heartbreak and learning how to love. So I think that's an important message, particularly in the very difficult world we find ourselves in these days. We need more compassion and understanding and wisdom and love right now more than anything.
Awesome. Now, speaking of that, sounds very inspirational. This show is about inspiring others. We want to inspire those out there. What inspirational messages can you give to someone out there that maybe wants to do what you do, become an actress or a filmmaker, or just follow their dreams in general?
Practice. I don't know. It's you have to have a profound love of it, and almost really feel like there's nothing else you can do with your life but this, and then you just have to follow your heart. I think, my grandmother always said to me from the time I was a little child, she said, Karen, we all need to aspire to what we admire. And it seemed like such a simple thing when I was a child, but as I've grown up, I've really come to understand what she meant, and more and more and more, And I think that's I would just quote her in answer to your question.
Awesome. First off, I want to say congratulations. I heard that you've won some great awards with this film, and now you're here at the HOLLYSHORTS Film Festival, so congratulations. And for all the accolades you've been doing, and as well as all the stuff you've accomplished in your career. I mean, a big fan of the Raiders series and a lot of your movies. So we want to help promote you in any way. Obviously, websites on the film or projects or anything like that, you got an audience right here.
Okay, on September 15th, a new film that I've made that was on the festival circuit last year called A Year by the Sea is opening, and I would love for people to see that. It's going to be at 3 theaters here in Los Angeles, and it opens in New York on September 8th. And I'm going to be out here for the opening and everything, and it's based on Joan Anderson's memoir. And it's a beautiful film, so I would definitely promote that.
Awesome. And then website on the film?
Oh,
On this-
our website is a tree, a rock, a cloud, thefilm.com. And you can see the making of, and you can see our trailer, and it has lots of information about the film.
Awesome. So again, for the film right here at the Holly Shorts Film Festival, you can check out again a tree, a rock, a cloud,
Yeah.
film, a tree, a rock,
Film.
thefilm.com. So a tree, a rock, a cloud, thefilm.com.
Yeah.
Check out, it'll be on the bottom of the screen here. Check this out. I want to say congratulations.
Thank
God
you so
bless you
much.
for
Thank you so
for
much.
everything, for all the years of entertainment, for everything that you've done. We're going to be talking to your cast and your production team as well.
Fantastic.
So again, thank you so much. Again, this is Tyrone Tan with the lovely,
Karen Allen.
and you're watching Staros Entertainment.tv. So check out more episodes as we interview a lot more guests here that attend the 13th annual Holly Shorts Film Festival on Staros Entertainment.tv.